Honourable Speaker, the Honourable Prime Minister, Honourable Deputy Prime Ministers, Honourable Leaders of Opposition, Honourable Members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon and Nisambulavinak. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to deliver a statement on the recent achievement that is foreseen to improve and boost the Fiji capability with the aquaculture sector. However, Mr. Speaker, sir, before I address this matter, I wish to take a short moment to address Honourable Chani Usmata's questions across this August House on Monday. Mr. Speaker, sir, Honourable members has raised, and I summarized, the issue that we were to address our vessels that were tied up along the foreshore here in Suva due to their parent business becoming a non-operational. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Fiji National Long Line Fleet, one of the last standing domestic fleets in the region, is fully operational with the Fiji EEZ and in areas beyond national jurisdictions, that is the high seas. And my ministry is in moving to develop the various capacity needed to take the industry into a near future, element that I have raised in the August House on Monday. The vessels that the honourable members is alluding to into Suva's foreshore are foreign vessels that have come to utilize many services that Fiji has offered, such as bunkering and provision services, scheduled slipway engagement for repair and maintenance, and also to await the change in vessel crews, amidst enjoying the vibrant environment and the culture that Fiji has to offer. Mr. Speaker, sir, I reiterate to my ministry in moving to play its part well within the relevant line agencies and industry stakeholders in order to meet this coalition government's process to develop Fiji as a regional hub poised at meeting this demand and ensuring that are met more efficiently into the future. Mr. Speaker, sir, with the permission, I would like to now transit and deliver a statement on the recent achievement that is foreseen to improve and boost Fiji's capability within the aquaculture sector.
Could I just interrupt you for a while, Honourable Minister? So what you just stated is that these ships out here are waiting for the change around of the crews and all that, and
Yes, Honourable.
It's really taken a long while, eh?
Yes. Some are waiting for maintenance and...
Come again?
Yes, some are waiting for maintenance on the slipway to be cleared, then their tents are...
Oh, thank you. Honourable Usmati, that answers your concern, eh? Continue, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. With your permission, I would like to transit and deliver a statement on a recent achievement that is foreseen to improve and boost Fiji's capability within the aquaculture sector. Mr. Speaker, sir, I believe we are all aware of the current assistance rendered to the Fiji government through the Ministry of Fisheries as part of the collaboration with the government and people of Japan. Through this assistance, Mr. Speaker, sir, the Ministry of Fisheries received 3 excavators and 3 trucks made possible by the Japanese official development assistance through this international cooperation system. Mr. Speaker, sir, like any responsible government, our commitment underpins our willingness to improve the livelihood of our people, our economy, and our resources. Mr. Speaker, sir, I took up office recognizing the status of existing project. Through the commitment of the coalition government, help lead to the work of the Fisheries Ministry to achieve the needed outcome. The result is now measured with the successful procurement of the excavators and trucks, which will boost and drive the achievement of aquaculture aspiration. Mr. Speaker, sir, at this juncture, allow me to shed a light on the past aquaculture practice and how the procurement of the Japanese aid machinery addressed challenges that once affected Fiji's aquaculture growth. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the past, our service to the aquaculture sector was measured by our ability to provide technical support, funding of pond construction and startup, feeding supply, and hatchery production for pond stocking. While this target and goal seems viable on paper, the Ministry of Fisheries continue to face challenges in operationalizing the aquaculture work plan. One of the underlying reasons was the high cost of pond construction and maintenance. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Ministry of Fisheries has close to 500 aquaculture farmers around Fiji. The hiring of an excavator and trucks for construction and maintenance of pond costs around $10,000. The high costs incurred in the pond works often result in high costs of pond management and production. Ideally, Mr. Speaker, sir, it is more viable to divert and utilize the fund allocated for pond construction and maintenance to the operational needs and farm management. The reallocated fund can be used for hatchery production, feed purchase, market assessment, and product enhancement, therefore providing the need support to enhance the development of aquaculture sector. Mr. Speaker, sir, the benefit and assets are widespread. The Fisheries Ministry has developed a robust plan to ensure that we maximize the utilization of the Japanese aid machineries. First is the strategic placements of excavators and trucks. Mr. Speaker, sir, as aquaculture farmers are dispersed across our main geographical divisions, we have developed a relocation plan to have the excavators and trucks relocated to our main aquaculture cluster in the Central Division, Western Division, and the Northern Division. This approach will result in the quick turnaround time for pond construction, enhance the expansion and commercialization of aquaculture farm, reduce operating costs incurred by current farmers, and address issues of lost farming interests and lead to dormant ponds, enable aquaculture farmers to meet local demands and in future supply the export market. All of it, Mr. Speaker, sir, are key development steps critical to the survival of further development of aquaculture sector. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is just the beginning. The future looks extremely bright with lots of big possibilities. I am committed to progress the aquaculture sector towards realizations of these big possibilities. With our collective efforts and commitment, Mr. Speaker, sir, we will serve our people's needs by providing reliable source of protein, essential nutrients, contributing to our national food security, boost economic growth through significant progress from subsistence, semi-commercial, and fully commercialized aquaculture farm, support employment opportunities by creating jobs in farming, processing, distribution, and related activities, contributed to import substitution, and compete against external market, enhance sustainable fisheries by elevating pressure on wild caught fish, achieve diversification in fisheries sector, and boost coastal and rural development, all of which are driven towards our commitment to serve our people. Before I conclude, Mr. Speaker, sir, I was deeply honored to have officiated and handing over ceremony. It is a milestone I always dreamt about and have now come to realize as a minister. Therefore, I would like to re-emphasize our appreciation to the government and the people of Japan for their continued partnership and support. It is certainly onwards and upwards from here. The onus is now on our people, the team I worked with, fisheries and the wide stakeholders and partners. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are committed to take our aquaculture sector to a bigger height. Through our commitment, the Ministry of Fisheries is determined to steer Fiji towards a robust aquaculture sector that serves our people, address our needs, and safeguard our economy for our sustenance and the survival of our future generation. Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank you for this opportunity to deliver this statement and thank the members of the House for their indulgence. Vinaka, and thank you all.